Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to S&B Diaries. We're now currently standing in the circular part of Pembroke Castle. Behind me you can see the Great Tower and the Tower Dungeon. As the walls run round in the inside of the castle, we have the Moncton Tower on the left here. And over on the right we have the Western Hall. This is the birthplace of Henry VII, so the castle steeped in medieval history. If you come over to the board, I'll show you what's here. Zoom in a bit for me, thank you, Beth. Gives you a whole sort of layout of the whole of the castle. So a picture of the Earl of Sand's stuff. Okay. So we cannot go up the main tower because it's closed due to maintenance. But this is the Great Keep. So here's a little bit of information about the Great Tower. It says this is one of the earliest and tallest, finest examples of great towers, or keeps as they were known, in Britain. It was built around 1200 by the great Earl William Marshal I, who inspired similar towers in France. It stands at 75 foot in height and its external diameter is 50 feet, it says. Simply, it's made from its limestone construction to give it such its striking appearance. Give you a little close-up of it. We're high up on the castle wall, looking down the river, which runs past Pembroke Castle. Then looking up the other way back towards the bridge. Come round this way to the Northern Hall and Norman Hall inside. Okay, here we go. So here's a picture of the Norman Hall, built around 1150 it says, and then it was surrounded by a keep. And there's the Great Hall, and to the right hand side of the Great Hall was the Dungeon Tower. It was the home of William de Vance, who became the Lord of Pembroke, and he developed his living quarters in and around the Northern Hall, which stood alone until the mid-13th century, when the Dungeon Tower and the two battlement story of the Great Hall was added. The upper floor and another additional to the sailor was used as private retiring room for the Lord. The building complex around the Northern Hall provided luxurious suite with interconnecting rooms which would have impressed visitors and guests. There we go. Here's just another picture here. Right, we're going to head off inside now. Go through this arch wall. Okay, we've just come through the arched doorway. There's a view looking up. I'm going to go through, have a little courtyard here, which I guess would have been the chapel. I love the look of it. Now we're going to head into the Northern Hall. And that's the woven coven, which is currently closed, which was part of a dungeon. Just show you upwards. Now just below that archway there would have been the ceiling. So we're inside what would have been the Norman Hall. See the 3 triangular windows there at the top. It's 30 Celsius here today in Pembroke, and here's a picture of the Norman Hall with the roof on it. Hope you all can see that. This was the oldest masonry building of the castle. Okay, in front of you can see the Dungeon Tower, which housed at one point Henry V's youngest brother John, who was imprisoned in the tower because he was in a right fought battle over undisputed lands on the Isle of Wight, believe it or not. Okay, we just come up a flight of steps to the Dungeon Tower, and we're just going to head inside and have a quick look around. That's obviously closed at the moment. I'm going to go in and show you. Very dark. There's a little plaque for the commemorating the time that John was imprisoned in the tower in 1447. Many of the castles that had dark places, and some had wells in as well as cellars, but often described as dungeons. Quite high up, but it would have been a prominent building. Looking out, they would have been able to see for miles around, especially from the tops of these towers, to see any enemies approaching back in the day. Their tools, and it was very close to the waterway which they used to navigate up and down the river. Okay, behind me is Moncton Tower, and there's Beth in the picture. We're just going to head that way now, and then we're going to walk along that wall to the other tower. Okay, here we go. There's the Dungeon Tower behind me, with the North Gate Tower on the right. I'm just going to head up these steps here. It's a nice Roger Montgomery picture on the left hand side there. Climb up the steps. I'm going to go along the long gantry now. Looking back at the entrance tower with the cafe. Okay, so we're just going to walk along the gallery now. Go up. And then on the top of this tower we have a yellow flag with red stripes. Okay. About 20 or 30 steps. Coming out onto the plateau. Gives you a view all the way around. Now I'll go around from right to left for you so you can see. Nice old church there, centre of your picture. Top of the hillside. So this would have been one of the biggest buildings in the town, built at the time, and obviously the town grew up around it. There's a view up the one-way road that comes to the entrance of the tower, and then we're now atop of the entrance where we came in, and we've fully completed the tour of the castle. So we've just come out of the castle and come round to the river. We're standing on the other side of the river, on the outside of the castle. You can see all the places that we've just been to inside. There you go, there's an old church there, the right hand side, so gives you an external view of the castle. We've just been inside. Just to give you some information, the parking for the castle is about a 5-minute walk away, parked down by the river. It's £1 for 1 hour, £2 for 2 hours, or £5 for 4 hours, just to give you a warning.
It's not too far.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye for now.